So today, guys, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're just going to be making some stuff. And what we're working on is, I'm sure you've seen this before in other camp videos, but people make these things called chuck boxes, or like portable kitchen sets. It's basically a box that holds all your kitchen stuff that you need. Your spices, cooking appliances, like whatever stoves you're using, your plates, your forks, your knives, all of that kind of stuff. Even the fuel, everything all in one. Right, makes it easy to be able to just grab and go. I've already designed the box. I've already stained it, put the hinges on the doors, fitted everything. But the one thing that it's lacking, that still needs, is some plastic doodads and thingamajigs to hold stuff and to put things in the chuck box. So that's what we're going to do today with 3D printing. Okay, so here we have this is Fusion 360 that I'm using, and now mind you, I have a very large wide screen, so this might look weird, but anyway, so this is essentially going to be where that little puck light is going to fit into, right here. And then of course I've just drilled out some holes just for aesthetics and to use a little less material. I could probably actually add maybe a fillet to these just to kind of smooth off the edges a little bit, make it look a little nicer. So we'll just do this here. It'll look kind of neat. And of course we can flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. This isn't like a job for a client or anything like that, so I don't have to be perfect. But I do like taking some of the edge off of things, so maybe we'll actually just do that, and we'll add a fillet to there. Just take the edge off, so it's not necessarily like really rounded, just so that it's not sharp. There we go. That looks a little nicer. I guess let's do that at the bottom too. So let's get this thing printed out and see how it works. Alright, so here we are out in my garage, and we managed to finish our print. So you can see it turned out very well. Alright, there's where it's gonna clip onto the lid here. And let's see what happens. We get the puck here. Oh, look at that. Perfect smooth. Very cool. So I have to make one more of these. I got the printer going now. And as you can see, when I lift this, and you can see there's a lip up here. What's that? This side here. Right, these are just going to slip over. And of course, I'm going to have something that holds the lid up like this, of course, right? And then, these things even come with a remote. So there is the other puck light. And when this is up like this, stoves will be here like so. So stoves are on there like so. I'll have another one like this over here. Right? And then when you're cooking and it's starting to get dark out there, you got the little remote that turns the lights on. You could even do something funky where you can put it in flash mode. It flashes all the funky colors. Right, and this is kind of neat too, actually. I never really thought of this, but when I take the stoves out, they fit down here when I go to put them away. Those are easy enough to come off. And what's cool is that this thing is all designed the same thickness, so I can strap it on the side like so. I can turn it around if I'm prepping something over here. I can turn it around this way if I'm doing something in here. I can even put it on the door over here, because it's all the same thickness. It's very cool. I think that's going to work out really well. Also, off camera, I didn't make this, but I'll show if I have a time lapse. I also made my little spice rack holders. Right? That these are going to go in the door right here. So let's put them in right now. So you can see why there's the slot in the front. It's not only so that you can identify really what's in there, but they're not necessarily that deep. You'll see the labels on the top. But it's so you can get your screw gun in there and actually, or screwdriver, and actually put these things in. And that's it. Easy peasy. Anything that I have made for this, I will put in the descriptions below. I will post them on the site. So if you are making your own chuck box or whatever and you think that this might be useful, you can download them, print them yourself. I'll put them up at no cost. I've also made another thing. So these stoves that I have, they actually use this butane mixture, propane butane mixture. And they actually just cylinders that go in the sides of the stoves. And of course you don't want to just go with one on each stove and that's it, because if you're out there for a weekend, you're going to burn through them. They don't last as long, quite as long as the green tanks for the usual Coleman stoves you see out there. Right, so I want to have extras in these that I want to put inside here. So what I've done is I've made a tray. Right, and again, see, you know, it's made it hollow, so it uses the least amount of material as possible, really, but still be rigid enough. You know, but when these go in, they literally snap in there. So it really holds them in place, which is kind of nice because it is a fuel, after all. Right, and then I've got a spot right there that they'll slide into, and then that'll hold up to 4 of them in there. You know, that's the one thing about building a chuck box, is it's all about creating the storage for all of your stuff that you want to be able to take. In particular, like this one side is going to be for my cast iron Dutch oven and my frying pan, and then up here, take this out of here, is going to be for my plates and my cooking pots and stuff. Right, then I still have room beside there, which I might still make something for it, but for the mugs and also for some cups. Then I do have a kettle in here that I have one of those little MSR you know, fast, you know, jet boil type things, right? So I still have room over here to put some of those, which I might make another container or you know, thing like this for. And then of course up here I've got room for my olive oil, and I've got room in here for some paper towel and also my utensils. I'm currently making a tray for the utensils as well. Right, so that they'll fit in there. Now there's also these holes here. I took these out so I can stain everything. So this is for my spatula. Of course you gotta have a spoon. Of course you have to have tongs. And then I have one more that I'm going to put in there so I can put my good old can opener here. Right, so that all just hangs there off the door as well. So the idea is the door is open like this, and you can be cooking over here when you need stuff. It's all available to you. But then when you want to pack it up, this just closes. I'll just take that out of there now. Closes like so. And then you've got these latches on the side. One here to hold the lid down. And that's it. Everything is contained, and then you have these handles on the side here. Right, that you can pick up the whole thing, throw it in the back of your truck, and it's specifically designed that it'll fit in my truck with the tonneau cover. Right, so it's not high, too high that it won't fit. And that's pretty much it. So So far we've got one light thing made. We're gonna make the other one and we'll get those ready. I still have to make some little things on the sides here that'll actually hold up my top and keep it completely 90, you know, so that when I'm cooking, you know, that I can click the lights on and they'll stay there. I was gonna make those out of plastic, but seeing that it'll be right beside where the burners are, maybe ABS could maybe do that, but I think I'm just gonna make some wooden ones. Same idea, where they just clip in, they come out. Very simple. So I gotta get that done. I gotta finish just attaching one of the handles on the side here, and we're gonna make some more things to go in here, right? So for now, we've got our puck light thing, we've got our spice holders, and we have our butane propane mixture tray, right, that holds that. And that is my chuck box so far. I'll get to work on making these other things that are gonna fit in here so I can finish this thing, maybe take it out camping, give it a shot, try it out. So, as always, printing is fun. You know, you can use it for almost everything. If you liked what you've seen, please subscribe, share, like, comment. Maybe you got a really cool idea, or you've made a chuck box yourself and you've done something, share it with me. You know, I'd love to see what you've done. I've seen some other ones that are really cool with doors that come out in the front and the top flips out so you got sides to work on in the front. I'm thinking about, I might make actually a cutting board that'll slide in at the top here, right, so that when I set it down, I'm gonna have a table that has a piece that flips out in the front that this thing will sit on, that I can put the cutting board on and work while I'm sitting down in my camping chair having a beer, you know? So until next time, guys, keep having fun printing, because printing is fun, and we'll catch you around on the next video.